Alright, we back. Oh dang, I have two of them that I didn't do.
That's gonna be purple.
Oh yay. I have never tried, well I might have tried a Pasofino on the champ a long time ago. We have all the horses and all the champs, but sometimes I do not ride that same one. I do either like a Gen, I do like a Gen 2 or like a Gen 3 or even just a totally different horse. And I'm like, I don't know how this one rides. That would be fun. All the colors. I say yeah, that will be fun. Cause I love buying multiple horse breed colors. So it will be cool champing. That'll be also something new we'll be doing later on next year, where we can showcase all the new horse breeds with their colors. It's mainly what we're going to be doing. Showcasing all the horses with all of the colors that they come with. Because there are some very beautiful colors, I can tell you that. I mean, some I just admire. For anyone who's wondering, I did not know that they released new Welsh Pony coats, apparently. It's not new from in the game, but apparently to me there was some new coats. I remember looking at, I think maybe one of my champing videos, or maybe even one of my stream talks. And I saw a girl on a Welsh Pony that looked not like the ones that I previously got. And I looked, and yeah, there was, I think, like maybe 3. Almost like a pearl white Welsh Pony, and then like a buckskin type. And then like a bay chestnut type pony. I think I bought that one, but I haven't got the pearl or the buckskin yet. Which I'll eventually be getting them as well. I have just missed out on so many other colors that I have not gotten yet. If it's not from 2022, I have not gotten any of the other horse colors yet. I've gotten the breed, but I've not gotten all the colors. I've dropped back on horses quite a lot, which I'm hoping to get them all back. Because I loved all of the Mustang colors, the Appaloosa colors, the American paint colors, the new Pinnaband colors. There's just so many of them out there. It's just like, I'm so behind. But good thing is though, you can easily catch up. Especially since SSO releases maybe new horse breeds and new horse colors. Yeah, that's the good thing about it. So they've cut back on that quite a lot. Yeah. It's also another thing back then on Star Stable. Now back then we were pretty dadgum good. We were on the spot. We didn't miss any horses. But back then, if you were someone like how we are now, you would not be able to catch up. They were releasing horses almost every single week. And I do remember when people were complaining, they were like, man, can you slow down? Like, I barely can train it, plus new horse breeds, new colors coming out. I barely even got, and back then it was hard to train them. It still took you quite a good long while. So, I mean, you're literally like, man, I can't keep up. And that's when Star Stable was like, alright, we'll cut back. And that way, so then now, you can get your new horses trained. You can even probably max maybe all those colors, depending on how desperate you were to get it maxed. Plus, if you were wanting to use star coins for it, it's also way cheaper now than it was before. That was another thing on how expensive everything was back then. Oh my god. If you wanted to get a horse maxed by the horse trainer, I believe it took like $350 star points just to get it maxed. And I remember back then we used to buy star coins, and that actually what I was gonna be doing for half of that year, getting half of my horses maxed. Because back then I was not nearly as much as a trainer getting my horses maxed as I was now. So literally I was like, man, I'll wait for doubles to come out and I'll max mine up that way. I was not about to spend at least probably 5-6 days, because that's when they were sort of getting new races out there, and you were slowly getting horses more easily maxed, not taking forever. But boy, I'm glad I did not play when it was a week. OMG. Now, yeah, that would have been awful. Especially with all these new horses we got now. There would have been no way on earth for you to get all those horses maxed, even without even the horse trainer. Honestly, back then, if SSO was in that moment of getting new horses out every week, then there would be no way you could catch up. Because with the horse training taking a week and all that, with new horses coming out, there is no way. The only way I think you could probably do that is if you had like 30,000 star coins, leveling your horses up, plus saving enough for the new horses coming out. That would just be crazy. I'll tell you one thing for sure, and I'm glad SSO definitely has chilled out on that. I'm glad they have revamped, getting more horse XP in here, getting more racing in here now. There's not a lot of they're not so limited as you were before. Before, you were very limited. Now, on winter events like this is also another thing that I love about the Winter Village. Back then, it was like your lifesaver, because it had, I think, it might have been the birthday. It might have been that. But I remember on one of the events, you were like, heck yeah, because you had, I think, maybe like 100 horse XP. Or 1,000 horse XP, and you were so happy to get that, because your horse would go from 1 all the way to, I believe, a 4 in a matter of just like a second. And you were so happy about that, because back then SSO was not a popular game like it was before, with so many races, so many other stuff to do. You were limited, very much limited. There was probably at least maybe 4, plus all the original racing from New Hill, Crescent Moon, Steve's. Because back then, there was no Wild Woods. What champ was that? Oh yeah, you're big. Now, Old Star Stable, if you were saying how hard it was to play Star Stable, getting horses maxed in the old Star Stable days, my opinion is definitely a con. I don't wish for that to repeat. I'm glad SSO has got the Druid training, the Starshine Ranch, and this was before all this was added. So that's why it took so long. Your only big XP was only when events came. Halloween, the birthday, and the winter. That was your only time of getting really good XP and leveling up your horse. OMG, it was hard training back then. That's all I can say on that. Very hard training, took you so long to get horses maxed. Now it takes, if you were someone who was really into training, you can get a horse maxed in a day almost. So, I mean, it's really good now than what it was 5, 6 years ago. That's when that happened. That was when we first started playing. It was awesome.